Welcome to Easy English by Edising, and today we are going to do class 10 literature miscellaneous questions and answers revisional assignments. Yes, listen, this is a revisional assignment which will help you prepare for your board exam. You all are board examinees, so let us now discuss some of the question answers from different lessons from the sample paper. Question 1.
And wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculpture, well those passions read, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed.
Wait. These lines have been taken from the poem Osmedias by P.B. Shelley, Percy Bysshe Shelley. The poem Osmedia has been written by whom? P.B. Shelley, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Now the question, Saurabh.
What do lifeless things refer to?
Yeah, lifeless things refer to the vast stretch of sand all around the statue.
How do we know that he was a good sculptor?
Yeah, the sculpture was a masterpiece because he had sculptured and he has created a real picture of the feelings and emotions of the king Osmedias on lifeless stone. The way he had created the live expressions on lifeless stones clearly suggests that he was a master artist. He has given a live portrayal of the behavior of Osmedia on lifeless stone. That is why we can say that he was really a good sculptor. Yes.
Find the synonym of the word ridicule in the above extract.
Ridicule means mocked. The last line, the hand that mocked. The hand that mocked refers to ridicule. So another word in the line, mocked means ridicule. Which word means, Prince? Mocked. M-O-C-K-E-D. Go ahead.
Whose hand and heart are referred to here?
Yeah, here the hand of the sculpture has been referred to because he has created this picture. And heart is the heart of the people of the kingdom of Osmedia who really have hatred. The heart of the people of his kingdom really didn't like the king Osmedia. Did you like the king? Osmedia. Therefore, their heart was filled with hatred for the king. Next question, please.
So next extract.
Yes, read out, no problem.
I didn't take you long to start dividing my things between you. Who is the speaker? Who is he talking to?
Well, this is a question in or no. Saurabh, this is a question in or?
Yes, sir.
You can skip to next question because we have to do at least up to 10. Next question.
Why were the ghosts angry with Auza board
Fanatics. Yeah, the ghosts were angry with the Ozabod fanatics because they used to use Ozabod and call them anytime and every time. So they had to come from heaven on the earth to answer their questions, and that was a trouble for them because the people on the earth using Ozabod could call these ghosts anytime and every time. So they were troubled by the people on the earth using Ozabod. That is the reason why they were angry with the people on the earth. Yes.
What made the narrator take an interest in the boys?
This is another question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nicola and Jacopo. Yes, the narrator was impressed by the way they worked, their willingness to work, and their mannered. They were well mannered. The way they, approached the narrator, the way they, talked to the narrator, quite impressed the narrator. And moreover, there was an expression of seriousness in their eyes while they were performing their task of selling the wild strawberries. The way they spoke, they appeared to be well mannered, and their willingness to work. When the narrator asked, "You do so many things to earn your livings," they just replied, "Yes, sir, we do so many little jobs like selling wild strawberries, hawking newspapers, polishing shoes, conducting tours." So these, the way they replied, the way they responded to the question of the narrator really impressed the narrator. And that is the reason why the narrator got interested in them. Go ahead.
Briefly describe the situation of the shot in which Patul Babu has to act.
Yeah, Patul Babu was given a very small role, a very insignificant role. It was to, speak one word dialogue, monologue, that was to say, "Oh, while colliding with Chanchal Kumar, the hero. So it was just a very ordinary role. He had to collide with Chanchal Kumar when Chanchal Kumar comes out of the car, and at the time of colliding, he has to speak the word "oh," but with an expression as if it is mixed with the feeling of, surprise as well as pain. And more so over, it was to be performed by Patul Babu like a pedestrian, absent-minded pedestrian. He had a role to play of an absent-minded pedestrian. Absent-minded pedestrian. Well, Saurabh, next question.
Why did Ali go daily to the post office early in the morning?
Yeah, the question is from the lesson later by Dhumketu. Ali went to post office every morning in the hope of receiving a letter from his daughter Miriam. For a long time, Ali has not got any news about his daughter, and he was all alone. He suffered the pain of separation of his only daughter Miriam, and therefore he wanted to know about her whereabouts and her well-being, and that is the reason why he went to the post office every day. And for the last 5 years he has been going to the post office in the hope of receiving a letter from Miriam, and that is the reason why he went to the post office every day. Next question.
Answer the following question in 100 to 120 words.
Yeah, speak out.
The nightingale could not see through the game plan of the frog. What trait is highlighted in the poem which is needed to survive in this world?
Yeah, listen. In the poem, The Frog and the Nightingale, written by Bikram Seth, manifests the, ugliness of this present world. How this world is full of the crooks, the crafty people. At one hand, the nightingale symbolizes the people who are innocent and lack articulation of life. They don't know how to really struggle and survive in this society. They fall as a victim to the hypocrisy of this world. In the same way, the nightingale symbolizes a servile creature who easily surrenders to the wishes of the frog, and the frog is being presented as a creature who is very crafty, money-minded, and evil intentional. The way he exploits the nightingale really suggests that this world is full of people like dual characters. He is having a dual character. What he says, he never does. What he promises to the nightingale, he never does. He promises the nightingale that he will provide her training, impart her training in vocal music, and make her a star singer. But on the contrary, he exploited her talent for earning gold and silver, and for making her sing day and day, night after night. But in the long run, he gave her a wrong training, and the training resulting into loss of her melodious appeal. And eventually he asked her to copy the style of frog singing. In an attempt to pop up her lungs, she burst one of her veins and died eventually. So this whole poem highlights the two opposite characters. The first one is that of the nobility of the nightingale, whereas the second one is that of the craftiness and ugliness of the frog. There are people in this world who are really very cunning, and they always exploit the innocent people. And for the real survival of such people, it is important that one should know the real intention of the people around us. Unless we judge their intention, we will always become a victim of their craftiness. And that same thing happened with the nightingale. When the nightingale fall as a victim of the frog's conspiracy, and she eventually lost her life. That is how we come to realize that we should never fall as in the trap of the conspiracy of our enemies. Rather, we should judge the situation and act accordingly. Yes, please. Saurabh, next question.
As you sow, shall you reap, is a well-known proverb which means that one has to face the consequence of one's action. Comment on this statement with reference to the rhyme of the ancient mariner. What do you learn from the poem?
Yeah, look at that. As you sow, so you reap. That is a very simple proverb. Whatever you do, that results in the action. Whatever action you do, you have to pay for that. If you are doing a good action, you will be paid in good. If you are doing a wrong action, you will be paid in wrong. For instance, in the poem, the rhyme of the ancient mariner, you see the mariner kill the bird albatross for no reason. The bird was a friendly gesture. The arrival of the bird was auspicious to the mariner. When the bird came, the weather conditions changed. everything became favorable. The bird flew round and round the ship and made the icebergs melt. And everything became favorable. The wind also blew. But for no reason, the ancient men took the crossbow and killed the bird. And after that, consequently, the weather condition changed. Now, there was neither wind nor, favorable condition. The ice turned into icebergs, and the ship got stuck into the middle of the sea, the silent sea. There was no current, no motion, and all other mariners, remained at the same place with their ship for a long time. They, lacked food. Supply of food also got scarce, and they lost their life one by one, and all other mariners died due to hunger and starvation. Only the ancient men remained there, seeing the heap of dead bodies of his fellow sailors. And at last, the mariners really punished him by making him realize that the dead albatross was hanging in his neck. That was just a kind of pun, that he always felt guilty all throughout his life and never had a peace in his life. He suffered a lot. Wherever he went, he started telling his story, sorrowful story, that there was a ship, this happened, that happened. So his narrative also suggests that he was regretful the whole life. It was only because he did a wrong thing in killing the bird, and the bird was a friendly gesture. So killing of the bird really resulted into their sufferings. Had he really not killed the bird, I think the weather condition would not have worsened, and the other mariners would not have lost their life. So we can conclude that whatever we do, it gets reflected in our actions, and the result of our deeds always visible in front of our eyes. If we do good things, we are always going to reap good actions. If we are doing wrong things, we are going to pay for that. As the ancient mariner did a wrong thing in killing the bird, he paid for all the other mariners lost their life, and he paid for all this. He lost all his fellow sailors, and all throughout his life, he carried the dead albatross around his neck. Wherever he went, he regretted, and that was what the punishment of doing a wrong thing. So the lesson that we learned, that we should never do anything wrong. We should never do hasty action. We should always think twice before doing any action, because every action has an equal and opposite reactions. This is Newton's third law of motion. If we are doing a wrong thing, definitely we are going to suffer in wrong. Am I right? So we should think twice before putting anything into action, because our actions have a repercussions. Our actions have a result. If we really do good things, we do not harm others, we do good things for the society, we are going to be paid for goodness. And if you do wrong things, we are going to be paid for our wrong action. Because anyone who does wrong things is not going to have peace of mind. He is going to suffer. It is rightly said that a goodness results in goodness. Goodness results in goodness. And an evil deed always results in evil. Result. Bad begets bad. Say like that. Bad begets bad. Goodness begets goodness. Goodness begets goodness. Thank you very much.